work hard. You do what you're told. And what does life serve you? A shame sandwich. Every person in America is either a doer or a don'ter. A doer or a don'ter. And if I can get you to learn one thing today, one take-home point, it would be this. Don't be a don'ter. Do be a doer. I had a wife, 2 beautiful daughters, a perfect partner. Thank God I left her. Now I'm with 7 honeys, of which I can choose from.
Oh my God. This guy understands me.
Like you, woo. Well, it's simple. I don't know why God gave us 10 fingers, because we's only gonna need 3. Get a goal, get a plan, and get up off your ass. Which one are you, Playboy?
Me?
No, someone else sitting in your seat. Come on, which one are you?
I'm a doer.
Is that a question?
I'm a doer.
What is this, Valentine's Day? Say it like you want to hunt it, skin it, and mount its head on your wall.
I'm a doer!
What?
I'm a doer! I'm a doer! I'm a doer! I'm a doer!
To stop trying, fam. You need to stop saying, I'm trying, I'm giving my best. I'm trying, man. I'm doing the best that I can do. This is what I can do. It's impossible. It's not gonna happen. It's unlikely. I can't afford it. You need to stop talking all of that shit to yourself, mate. And you need to just start doing. You need to start acting. You need to shut the fuck up. If I could tape your mouth and just make you act, do what you need to do. Stop talking. Stop thinking. Stop predicting. Just do the work day in, day out. And don't even look back on it. Just do the work day in, day out. Naturally, the progression occurs because this is not a stagnant life that we're living in. This is a life that is constantly evolving. Everything is constantly growing on a day-to-day basis. It does not stop for me or for you. When someone dies, just observe at someone's funeral what happens when somebody dies. When someone dies, people get there, they cry, they mourn. A few minutes later, everybody is hungry, they need to eat. Biology kicks in. A few hours later, the boss is calling, hey, have you seen did you see your friend that passed away? You finally saw them. Okay, can you get back to work? That is the reality of life. Nothing stops with you and nothing stops with me. So you need to stop trying and saying I can't and saying it's hard and just do the work and shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, mate, life does not stop for any of us. It just keeps on going. People acknowledge that you've left this earth. However, it's not gonna stop them from getting what they need to get, because they also do not want to end up in the same position that you're in, even though it's an inevitability that we all end up in that position. However, some of us will end up there knowing that we did what we had to do and we lived the life that we had to live. Others will end up there in a very slow, painful way where they will actually be able to sit and reflect on the missed opportunities that they had, especially those who get sick for a prolonged period of time and they believe that the end is inevitable, or they're getting to that age where it's inevitable. You must know that in this life, stop trying. Stop trying. Stop saying I'm trying, mate. Start doing the work. Do the things that need to be done. Because what happens with the majority of the population is that they only do the things that they want to do. They only complete the tasks that they desire to do, which is the wrong attitude and the wrong mentality. The attitude and the mentality should be to get the job done. Whether we're doing things that we like to do or things that we do not like to do, we are going to act in accordance and get the job done. And that is the mentality that I have chosen to adopt. And that mentality has managed to manifest a lot of things within my life, including the fact that I do not burden my parents with the need to look after me as a grown-ass man, which is very important to me because I do not want to be a burden on them. They have their life to live, I have my life to live, and they did an adequate enough job to ensure that I can sustain myself because they raised me well. And what I'm here to tell you today is that in order for you to manifest the things that you desire, you're going to have to go to the places that you do not want to go to. You're going to have to go to the places where people tell you not to go. They tell you, don't look around that corner. I'm telling you, go and look around that corner and see exactly what they're telling you that you shouldn't see. Because when you see things such as those, that is where growth and expansion of the mind occurs. That is where the juice and the sauce is squeezed out of the lime, or the lemon, or the orange, or the apple. That is the meat of the product, baby. Because in those moments, that is where you're actually beginning to grow. That's where you're beginning to expand in difficult times. That is where adaptation kicks in. That is where God begins to work. The same way that the first men had to travel and walk with no map. You begin to realize that it's not about the destination or where you're going, but it's about you as a person. You are the one manifesting every single thing within your life. Where you're going, where you are, does not even matter. Because as I said, the first men traveled with no Google Maps, mate. They just looked and thought, okay, let's just start walking in that direction and see what happens. And the thing that you have to understand is that no matter what direction they walked in, they were bound for success. Because the success was never in where they were going. The success was in them. So whether they ended up in the North Pole, in the cold freezing ass snow, they managed to adapt to that environment. Whether they ended up in sub-Saharan Africa, in the Kalahari Desert, getting baked by the sun, they succeeded in that environment. Whether they ended up in the Amazon rainforest, in a tropical breeze, they adapted and succeeded within that environment. No matter where they went, they were bound for success. Because success is not about where you're going, but it's about who you are. And who you are is what determines success. What is going to determine who you are? Who you are is who you are when things are tough. When things are difficult, that's when who you are really starts to show. On most days, we all walk around with facades, acting cool, acting like this or acting like that. But if a zombie apocalypse was to occur today, who are the people that you're going to call upon to get you out of a sticky situation, to ensure your survival? And that is how you identify who you are and who someone else is. Because in moments of pressure, where thought is abandoned and it's all just action, that's when you'll see how someone actually reacts and how they act. Because they're not thinking about the next step that they're going to take. They just have to take the next step. Because the pressure is on, there's no time to think. And it shows all of their preparation of life, of whether they prepared for hard times or they just wallowed in pressure, in pleasure, and in hard times they folded under the pressure. It's a very important fact that you need to understand when it comes to yourself and it comes to the people that you surround yourself with. What type of people are you surrounding yourself with? What type of a person are you? The type of person that you are is going to determine the type of people that you surround yourself with. And if you're going to surround yourself with people who are throwing up the facade on a day-to-day, when shit hits the fan like it always fucking does, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? Well, if you're going to get wiped out Because none of you were prepared. None of you were ready. Because you were never doing anything. All you were doing was just rest, digest, rest, digest. Maybe procreate, rest, digest. But you never challenged yourself ever. You never told yourself that maybe let me try and go on a 10-mile run. Let me try and go on a 5-mile run. Let me try and go on a hike. Let me swim from this one island to the next island. You never did anything that was mentally and physically testing to the will. And because of that, in moments where there's no time to think and it's just action, because you've been doing nothing and never prepared. And this is a message to let you know that you need to do the hard things. You need to go read the things that people tell you not to read. You need to go watch the things that people tell you not to watch. Because that's where you actually grow. That's where you actually start to become an adult. You don't become an adult by protecting yourself from the world and avoiding all bad things that are going to take you out of a positive mental mind frame and mind state. No. You become an adult by seeing the most abolishing, disgusting, inhumane things and realizing that that is a part of life and that that is a reality that each and every single one of us can face. That is where growth comes from. Not from the easy shit that you do every day, but from the difficult things that occur once in a while. And you chose to go there and to look. You chose to go there and to act. You chose to go there and to do something. Even though it was hard, even though your life was at risk, that choice is the one that leads to growth. And when people see you manifest a more improved life, it's not a surprise. Because you chose the hardest road. Now when you get back on the easy path, it's 10x easier for you. Most people are still struggling on the easy road and they're struggling and they're wondering, why can't I figure it out? Why can't I do this? I'm trying. That's why I said you should never try shit. You should just do it. Simple as that. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.